So, hey, this is TT. This is my Twin Flame channel. Like and subscribe to my channel and share my video. So this is monetized. I have two YouTube channels and they're both monetized. And so I'm really grateful for that because I really worked hard at trying to monetize the channels and it took me a long time. It's not that easy. You have to have a certain amount of subscribers, followers, and you also have to, um, I don't know, it's a freaking miracle because you don't get to talk to a person. You have to do everything on your phone and set up an AdSense account and go into YouTube Studio app and in blah blah blah. It's email, and so you never really get to talk to a person. And if there's something wrong, it's you have to go to like troubleshooting, and then you don't get a person. You get generic stuff. Generic answers to generic questions that don't apply. So you do the same thing over and over. And I did that for months trying to get this channel monetized. So I have a vlog channel, and this is my Twin Flame channel. I'm a Twin Flame, and this is about my Twin Flame journey. Um, so it's been work. I always wanted to be a social, not always, but for the past, like, I don't know, 5 years or so, I've wanted to be a social media influencer. Well, it seems really easy, right? Look at all the people, like, go on social media and see all the people that have millions of followers, and you know what I mean? And you just love their videos, and you just seem, it is work, hard work. So I have this channel, and I actually have two other channels because I also do energy coaching and energy reading and mediumship. Mediumship is connecting with dead people. I don't call it mediumship because that I'm not a medium. I'm a high viber. And that's weird, but that's how source communicates to me in a weird way. Because words are important, and how you associate, what words are of course important, but words bring an association. And if I call myself a medium and I call myself a psychic or a energy reader, you think that I'm just like the thousands, millions of other ones, and I'm absolutely not. I use source energy, which is God, which is divine love, which is light. It's the highest on the vibration chart. You can go on Google and check a vibration chart, and the highest is God or gratitude. It's a high vibration, it's a high frequency, and that's what I use. I channel that energy. I used to channel dead people. My grandmother one time, I'm getting a Lyft ride and I'm not. So I hope you guys can hear me. I'm not responding to it. My neighbors are in the driveway. They're really loud. But it's okay because my door, I live in a basement apartment, and the door to my apartment is like you can see light. It doesn't seal. Anyway, I'm here. Um, so I channel source energy, and I connect with source energy to connect with transitioned loved ones. They're not dark energy, they're not traumatized, they're not entertainment. It is a source of healing to heal that grief and that separation, because we are never separated from our loved ones. Ever, ever, ever. We are never separated from love. But there are things, there are blocks that do separate us, and at least our consciousness from love, so that we're not experiencing love. And a lot that so that blocks are like various things, but shame, guilt, huge blocks to love. Inner child trauma, rejection, abandonment, huge blocks to receiving love. in our consciousness and in our hearts. Anyway, so I'm also an inner child healer, and I'm all about my inner child healing. I'm an SA survivor. I went through a lot of domestic violence. I was held hostage in Baltimore City. I was SA'd, abused like most of my life. But in my childhood, um, it's hard to talk about because I know that my family, they refuse to talk about it. And I'm not trying to hurt them or force that on them. It's not about them at all. It's really about me. So that it took me, I'm 56 years old. It took me 56 years to say that sentence. It's not about them, it's about me because I'm the one that suffered. They may have suffered, but that's for them to tell. That's for them to speak up. We all have individual journeys and we have to, we have to speak up for ourselves. We have to, like, being heard is huge. I think that's why I was just crying. One of the reasons I was crying over the movie Elf. Because Santa in the movie, that commotion in the Central Park, that made them heard and seen. Most people don't, at least in my experience, see me or hear me. And that's what happens when you have abandonment and rejection on you from your childhood. Like, you weren't seen and you weren't heard. You weren't supported emotionally. And that's huge. Okay, huge. I know this channel is for my twin flame journey. But as a twin flame, you have a divine mission here, a divine purpose. I believe that we all have a purpose. We're all created by a creator. I just ate. So I made mashed potatoes. I didn't make gravy. It's grocery store bought gravy and some green beans and the turkey that I. So anyway, we all have a purpose. Do we all fulfill it? I don't think we all fulfill our purpose. It depends on your choices. It depends on your awareness. Anyway, so let's talk about my neck hurts. I have been really struggling today. I've been really having a hard time sleeping lately, and I have had sinus issues, and so I've had headaches. So I've spent a lot of time resting. And so let's talk about my twin flame journey. So I have a twin flame. He lives in Baltimore City. He has been in my life for about 4 years, maybe 5, or so. And he triggers me terribly, so I must trigger him. I'm not, I can't speak on his experience. So we haven't talked in about a month, and he just called me yesterday, and it really triggered me. It was really hard. He's my experience with him. So I've been learning, when you talk about your relation, when you talk about another person, that is your experience with them. That is not who they are. And that is not maybe other people's experience. You are getting a certain version of that person. That's really big. Like, I'm getting louder because we act like what we experience is who that person is, and we act like we know people and we put them in boxes. We limit them and we define them. And you know what? People are unlimited. They are. And so just because, so it's important. I've had a lot of, I think, like, narcissistic abuse in my life, and so I'm very aware of words and how I'm spoken to and how I speak to people. And saying you are selfish and self-centered, or you don't listen, or that is too general. That is too much of a judgment. That is too much of putting that person in a box, trying to define them. That's too negative. That's not fair, and that's not accurate. That's not the truth. So, my experience with my twin flame, my relationship, every relationship that you have with another person is unique to you and that person. It's one of a kind between you and them. It's a dynamic of your soul and their soul and the interaction. No two relationships are the same. And see, that is the problem where social media and whatever and sitcoms and, stream, like all these movies and stuff influence us. There's my neighbors. They drop shit on the floor all the time, like all day long, all night long. I live in a basement apartment and my upstairs neighbors are so loud. Like like me and my kids don't exist down here. Um and they're just constantly stomping, they're constantly moving furniture, they're constantly fighting, like with screaming at the top of their lungs, and they're constantly dropping shit on the floor. Whew, it's very disruptive. It's hard to live down here. It's hard enough that it's tiny and that, I have a slumlord that doesn't care about other people, doesn't care about anything but making his money, doesn't care about the state of the house. That's hard. But I'm not a victim and I'm not having a pity party. I'm just stating what, like, I was taught to make the best of things and to focus on positive things, and you just make the best. So I have a roof over my heads. My kids have their own bedrooms. My life is affordable for me. Like, that's the main things. I'm stable, I'm secure, I'm safe. You know what I mean? Sometimes I have to play music because sometimes it, like, when you have a lot of trauma in you or when you're healing from trauma, you have to be careful of having too much disruption, being overstimulated. So anyway, I forget where I was going with everything because I got disrupted or interrupted, but it's been a rough couple of days. I really got triggered by my twin flame, by his call. But this is the deal. Twin flames are supposed to trigger each other. Twin flames are going to trigger you for all your insecurity, your abandonment, your rejection, all of your darkness, all of your trauma. Because listen, you cannot heal something that is not active, that is not up, coming up. Like, you can stuff things, and that's what happens. It's like our souls are like cups or buckets, and stuff is stuffed down in there, and it has to come to the surface for us to heal it, for us to overcome it. So you got to feel your trauma, you got to walk through it. I know, but it sucks. It does. It really does. It's patience, it's gentleness with yourself. Um, it's a lot of tender, my mom used to call it TLC, tender loving care. Your inner child is a very delicate place, being in you, but it's essential because your inner child, when you heal your inner child, it is the strongest thing that you have. It's the most powerful because it's our creator, the universe, what I call source or God, connects with your inner child. And source sees and hears your inner child. Your inner child is so valuable and important to the universe, to God or source, what I call source. So important. So precious. And so when it's healed, you are whole. You will be a being that has trust, that can trust, that has faith, because that's what your inner child holds, is faith and trust. That's where it originates. That's where it is. So also, if you're broken inside, if you're a broken up person, your inner child is severed and broken up, you won't be able to connect with yourself. You won't be able to hear yourself, and you won't be able to walk in your power. So you're manifesting. This is important. Everybody talks about law of attraction and manifesting. You're not going to be able to manifest accurately because you're broken. because you have darkness in your soul, and because your inner child is like dead or dormant. And so you're going to manifest, your manifesting is going to be screwy. So inner child healing is essential, but it takes time and patience and gentleness and care, because it is so traumatized. It's like, watch some animal rescues, dog and cat rescues. Those dogs, that have been really traumatized and broken, they're really terrified. They're really angry. They're very broken. It takes a lot of patience and time. We can't help that we're traumatized. And trauma causes us to be destructive, to push people away. And it's okay. It's okay, because you can't mess up what's yours. I'm not saying you should be pushing people away, but don't reject yourself over it. Don't judge yourself over it. It's part of trauma. We all have weaknesses and strengths, and we all have blind spots when it comes to certain things. And trauma, it's like that deer stuck in the headlights. We will freeze in trauma, and we will be drawn to the same thing over and over. So it does require no judgment, a lot of love, like a lot of love, a lot of patience, and letting go of all judgment, all unforgiveness. Your well-being and your life depends on it. Depends on it. That you are patient and kind and gentle, and throw away dark energies like judgment, shame, guilt, and like unforgiveness. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. You're only hurting yourself. So that's what's going on. Triggers are not fun, but getting to the other side of them, you will be a different person, a better version of yourself that you deserve. You deserve the better version of yourself more than anybody else. It's for you. So as far as the divine purpose, I feel like my energy readings, my mediumship readings, my energy coaching, and just me shining and glowing and being a person that I've never been is what I'm supposed to show. I'm supposed to show you my life. I know everybody makes a comment about my eyebrows. They're mine. This is my body. This is my hair. This is my channel. You know what I mean? You don't have to approve. I need to approve. That's it. So I'm glad you're here, though. I really value you and appreciate you, and I see you. You matter to me. I'm so appreciative and grateful for you. Like, sometimes it's hard for me to do a video because I do get where it doesn't feel like it's good enough, or like I'm saying the right things, or that I have the right motive. I don't want to bring anybody down. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to hinder anybody. I don't want to be in pity or be a victim. So if I'm not...
Power off.
It doesn't matter when so anyway, every time I do a video, my speaker's got to get in there. So I have to just do what I can do when I feel to do it. So I don't know when my next video is going to be. I don't know how many people are going to view me, view this. I do it because I feel I want to do videos about my twin flame journey. Twin flame is so misunderstood, and there's so much weird information out there about it. So thanks for viewing my channel, and I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope that you are being good to yourself. There's only one you. Never before, never again. One and only you, for a limited time only. So cherish yourself. Every day is a good day. It's your day. Love you.